The very first Burnout game was actually released in 2001 for the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, and the GameCube. Now, it's a pretty standard and kind of unremarkable sort of arcade racer, but the DNA for the entire series can be found in this very first game, specifically the use of their really powerful renderware engine, which was actually created by the developer Criterion. The same engine that is running this game actually powered some of the biggest hits of the PlayStation 2 generation, including Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas, as well as Killer 7, Suikoden 3, Tony Hawk 3 and 4, as well as the Underground games, Battlefront 2, Dark Watch, and basically all of the Burnout games of this generation, and many, many more. Burnout 2 introduces the fantastic crash mode. Now, when most games have you avoiding crashes, Burnout 2 has you embracing them. In crash mode, dollar values are assigned to every piece of damage caused by your crash. I mean, it almost feels like a puzzle game, and actually can be played by people who generally aren't very good at driving games. If you can wreck your car, you can have fun in Burnout 2. The sense of speed also increased in Burnout 2, and the graphics got a slight improvement, making it overall a much better game than the original. With Burnout 3 Takedown, Criterion is fast approaching perfection in an arcade racer. Now, the graphics are improved, the sense of speed is starting to become insane, they've licensed a real soundtrack, and crash mode is even better. Now in crash mode you have something called a crash breaker, which basically powers up and allows you to explode your car on command, causing way more damage. Traditional racing in the game is also more fun, is that there's now multiple levels of boost that you can earn. Add to that a fantastic new gameplay mode called Road Rage. Now, Road Rage is a blast, and basically what it is, the goal is not necessarily to win the race, but take out as many of the AI opponents as possible while trying not to damage your car too much. The game is also great at progressing you through it, in that it keeps throwing unlockable cars your way, based on whether you get gold or bronze or silver. You earn points and unlock different places to race and different areas to see. Here I'm flying down the wrong side of the road, I'm almost afraid to blink my eyes, it's so fast. But notice that you can see the headlights way off in the distance. It's one of the things that the developer did so that the game is fair and that you can actually survive going this fast. Burnout Revenge. You know, for a lot of Burnout fans like me, this is actually what I consider to be the perfect version of this game. I mean, so far, you know. But this game just does everything really, really well. Now, the game is called Revenge for a reason, and that's because the combat aspects of this game have been ramped up a notch. Specifically, it now includes traffic checking, which essentially means that traffic going the same direction as you, if you hit them from behind, you can either get points towards boost, or sometimes you can bump them into your opponents and take them out. Now, it should be noted that traffic checking actually is a really cool addition to this game, but it can be pretty weird to play, especially when you're used to other games where you have to avoid traffic. In this game, you use that to your advantage, and it completely changes racing. Crash mode has also been upgraded and now includes the ability to explode your car multiple times depending on how many cars are damaged, for even higher multipliers. There are times whenever you are exploding your car and hopping around, destroying other stuff. I mean, it's crazy. The game was ported to the Xbox 360 a year later with additional Crash Tour tracks and slightly improved graphics. Burnout Paradise was another monumental leap forward for the series and was designed from the ground up to be released for the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, and PC. It was released in 2008 and blew gamers away. Instead of being track-based like the previous games, Burnout Paradise presents an action-packed open world that is full of epic jumps, billboards to destroy, checkpoint races, hidden events to unlock and discover, and a full-featured online multiplayer mode. The developers went all out with the downloadable content with this title. I mean, it's awesome. And what's really impressive is the addition of a completely new island added to the map. They also added, for free, motorcycles. They added a day and nighttime cycle. You could download and pay for mini vehicles, and there was also like Hollywood vehicles, like the Ghostbuster hearse is there, Back to the Future DeLorean, the Knight Rider kit car, and even the Dukes of Hazzard car. But, much to the dismay of fans like myself, Crash Mode is all but gone. And instead they replace it with this shallow and frankly lame version called Showtime. And then finally I'd like to talk about some of the handheld versions of the Burnout series. Specifically, this is Burnout Legends. This came out on the PSP and the DS in 2005. And what's noticeable about this game is just how fantastic it runs on the PSP hardware. I mean, the sense of speed is there, the controls are really tight, the graphics are really detailed. Burnout Legends is the best tracks from the first 3 Burnout games in this small screen. It's awesome. And finally, I wanted to show you Burnout Dominator, which was released in 2007 for the PlayStation 2 and the PSP. Sadly, this version does not include Crash Mode, which is a real disappointment because I love Crash Mode. The main focus of this game is to continuously chain together boost for an entire track. Alright, well that's my Burnout retrospective. Now the really cool thing is that the developer Criterion is rebooting the Need for Speed series. So by the time you see this video, they will actually have put out the next version of Need for Speed called Hot Pursuit. And it's going to be super exciting for us racing fans. I want to thank you for watching my channel. Thanks for subscribing. Take care.